Hi Chris, just to show you the operation of the machine. As you can see on the in-feed of the machine, we've set it up to do 3x3 bottle packs. This can be altered by changing the guide for the bottles by adjusting those knobs, so you can do 4x3, 3x2, whatever you want to do essentially. Once you've loaded the bottles into the in-feed section, you then press two buttons, these two operation buttons. You need to press two, that's a safety device to keep your hands away from the sealer bar. It's, you know, for CE regs and what have you. So you go ahead, you press both buttons, pushes the bottles through, wrapper comes down, the bottles then move on through the shrink tunnel. I'll go through all the settings on the machine after it's come out the other end for you. That's the cooling fan on the discharge of the machine. A bit like being on the generation game, waiting for the things to go past the window. We're sitting here waiting for the bottles to come out of the machine. Here they come. So they go out there and then the cooling fan cools the packs. That's it. You've normally got the gravity roller conveyor, which you've got here, which butts up to the end of this machine to take the packs away. Right, on the side of the machine you've got the panel. You've got here the right hand indicator is the tunnel temperature, which we've got set at 170, and the welding temperature for the welding bar is the left hand gauge, that's set at about 215. Now to change these temperatures, if you use thicker or thinner film or whatever, for example on the tunnel temperature, you press the P and you can change the temperature down 69, 68, 67 or up 69, 70 and then press the P again. There we are, back to 170, and the same on the welding temperature. You've then got the switches. The switch here switches on the cooling fan. This switch here switches on the conveyor that runs through the machine. That needs to be on for the resistors to work. That's the switch for the resistors, which switches on all the heating and everything for the tunnel, and that's just the indicator light to show there's power to the machine. You've got your emergency stop just here, and you've got your main isolator switch just there. Your air connection for the machine is here at the in-feed. This is the air connection here. And the power cable, there is a power cable on the machine already installed on the machine, so you just connect that to your power. You've got two reels of film on the machine, an upper reel and a lower reel down there. And as I say, these are the buttons on the in-feed. You've got a start button on the left hand side and the emergency stop button next to it, and on the other side over here you've got the start button, and then you've got a manual welder button, the blue one. That's for when you're changing the film on the machine and you need to fuse the two rolls of film together. You just use the manual welder. This is your die, which you basically undo the knobs here to set the guide at whatever size you want for the size of packs that you're trying to pack. Trying to think what else there is I can tell you about the machine. Yep, you've got a pack top presser there, which comes down to hold the top of the pack, just to make the pack a bit more stable according to the heights of bottles that you're trying to pack. This is adjustable by loosening this nut here and the same nut the other side, and you just lift that up and down to suit the size of pack that you want to do. Trying to think what else there is I can tell you about it. That's a finished pack. It just went through the machine. You know, obviously I think the film that we're using here is maybe a little bit wide for that pack, because there's quite a bit of excess plastic here, so you could get away with a narrower film if you were doing 3x3. The width of the film, obviously the machine takes up to a 700mm wide, but the width of the film is dependent on the bottle pack that you want to do. I think that's about all, Chris. Obviously, if you're at all concerned about setting the machine up, I wouldn't mind a trip down to Truro, which we would do at a nice rate for you because it's dead now before Christmas. So me and my able assistant wouldn't mind a few beers down in Truro if you want us to come down and set it all up for you and come and try your beer. All right, mate, I'll leave it with you. Hopefully this has given you a rough idea, and at least it proves that we've tested the thing before it leaves here. But everything seems okay on the machine, so it's just a case of when you're going to come and pick it up now. But we'll speak about that. All right, Chris, cheers.